Today we will discuss about your next chapter of cost accounting, that is elements of cost. There are three elements of cost. Number 1 is material, number 2 is labor, and number 3 is expenses. A cost is composed of three elements: material, labor, and expenses. Each of these can be either direct or indirect. The first element of cost of a product is raw material, the cost of commodities supplied to an undertaking. Material form an important part of the cost of a product, and therefore proper control over material is necessary. Now, this material cost can further be divided into two parts: direct material cost and indirect material cost. Now, what is the difference between direct material cost and indirect material cost? Direct material is that cost which can be directly charged to a cost center. We have already discussed about cost center. Cost center is that for which costs are accumulated. Now, an indirect material cost is not directly charged to cost center, but it is apportioned among different cost centers. I can explain this by one example, that suppose three houses are built. First house named as A, second house as B, and third house as C. Now, for construction of this house, uh, for house A, 60 bags of cements was bought. For house B, 50 bags, and for her house C, 80 bags was bought. Now, this cement is direct material cost because this house A, B, and C, they are cost centers, and for these cost centers, cement cost is to be charged directly. It is to be allocated directly. So, it is a direct material cost. For house A, 60 bags have been bought. So, these 60 bags, the cost of these 60 bags is direct material cost for house A. And for house B, if 50 cement bags have been bought, the cost of this is a direct material cost for house B. Bricks have been brought, so the bricks will be charged directly to these houses. This is also direct material cost. Now we come to another sand, that is bajri. Two trucks of bajris have been bought for the construction of this house. Now this bajri is to be apportioned among these three houses. So this apportionment, this distribution of bajri is indirect material cost. So this is a difference between direct material cost and indirect material cost. Material cost which cannot be allocated but which can be apportioned to or absorbed by cost centers or cost unit is termed as indirect material cost. The cost of indirect material is collectively ascertained for a department or process and then suitably observed over the products or an equitable fact. And direct material cost are those which can be identified in the product and which can be measured and directly charged to the product. In the manufacture of a product, different types of materials are consumed. These comprises of raw materials, spares, components, consumables, stores, packing materials, etc. Examples of direct material are timber in furniture making, cloth in dress making, and pig iron in foundry. Now we come to second element of cost, that is labor cost. Labor forms the second important element of cost in most industries and business. Unlike material or other tangible assets, labor is a non-material service performed by human beings. The services which labor represents cannot be conserved or inventoried. In many industries where skill and quality is the first criterion, labor is sometimes becomes the most important factor and constitutes the largest element of cost. The wages of labor within the contracted unit of time is the direct measure of labor cost. Now this labor cost is again divided into two parts: direct labor cost and indirect labor cost. Direct labor cost means the wages which can be allocated to cost centers or cost units. It may be defined as all labor expended in altering the construction, composition, conformation or condition of the product. It consists of wages paid to workers directly engaged in converting raw materials into finished products. These wages can be conveniently identified with a particular product, job, or process. Wages paid to a machine operator, baker, shoemaker, carpenter, weaver, tailor, etc. are the examples of direct labor cost. It, then another type is indirect labor cost. In any manufacturing process or department, those workers who are aiding the manufacture by way of supervision, maintenance, tool setting, transportation of materials, etc., constitute indirect labor, and their wages are termed as indirect labor cost. Indirect wages may be defined as wages which cannot be allocated but which can be apportioned or absorbed by cost centers or cost units. In other words, indirect labor is not directly engaged in the production operations but only to assist or help in production operations. Indirect labor costs are also called collected departmentally or process wise and then absorbed over the products on an equitable basis. Examples, I can explain through example that I have discussed about the three houses A, B, and C. Now, if 20 workers are working on house A and 30 workers on house B and 40 workers on house C, the wages paid to these workers is direct labor cost. Now suppose the supervisor has come to supervise these houses. Now the salary given to him will be apportioned among the three houses. So this is indirect labor cost. So the examples of indirect labor costs are wages payable to foremen, inspectors, watchmen, supervisors, factory clerks, storekeepers, maintenance workers, coolies or mazdoors, security officers and timekeepers, etc. Now we come to the third one, expenses, the third element of cost, which can be defined as the cost of service provided to an undertaking and the notional cost of the use of owned assets. Thus, all costs other than material and labor are termed as expenses. An expense is an expired asset. As the services are used up, as the future benefits disappear, assets becomes expenses. Expenses can thus be described as gross assets. There can be two types, direct expenses and indirect expenses. Again, these are the direct expenses are the expenses which are specifically incurred in connection with a particular job or cost unit, and indirect expenses are those which covers all indirect expenditure incurred by the manufacturing uh, enterprise from the time production has started to its completion and transferred to the finished goods to the stores. All expenses which have not been classified as direct expenses are termed as indirect expenses. Examples of indirect expenses are rent and rates, carriage, insurance, depreciation, lighting, power, advertising, and examples of chargeable expenses or direct expenses are hire of special plant for a particular job, cost of a special layout, cost of defective work incurred for a particular job, cost of patents and royalty, carriage paid for material purchased for a specific job, and traveling expenses in securing a particular contract, etc. I can explain by this houses example that if for house a particular crane has been brought up, the rent of that crane will be charged to that house A only, so it is a direct expense. Now, if a map has been made, so the expenditure of map, because on the basis of that map these houses have been built, so expenditure of map will be termed as indirect expenses because the cost of that map will be apportioned among all the three houses. So in this way we can explain the difference between the direct and indirect expenses. So in today's class we discussed about three elements of cost: material, labor and expenses, and there are two components, direct and indirect, and the difference between direct cost and indirect cost. I hope you all understood. Thank you.